Dance Space Fan. Dance Space Fan.
So I'm walking out to the van this morning to get all set up to shoot the first episode of the season. And what do we got?
Shit.
Before the hand wash, all jewelry except a plain wedding band should be removed from the hands and wrists. First, wet the hands thoroughly. Take the cake of soap and work up a generous lather using the same friction motion as demonstrated earlier. Rinse the hands, again allowing the water to flow off the sides.
Welcome to Dan Space Fan 2020, and boy, what a weird way to start, eh? But I'm super excited. It's going to be an incredible new season, and we're going to start it off with a bang with my good friend all the way from Vancouver, social distancing at its best right here, Mr. Dan Mangan. Dan, can you hear me?
I can hear Danny. Danny, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm trying to tune in your visual, though. Here you come.
I'm feeling beamed in.
Here you are.
I'm
Hey!
feeling beamed in, Dan. Hey, here we are. I'm here. Oh man,
This is so
look at this.
fun.
This is beautiful.
How are you doing, Dan?
I love your
So,
van.
Dan, how?
it kind of smell. Dan, it kind of smells in your van. It's got an odor.
That's the 70s, man.
Smells like Otto's jacket.
So, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. You know, feeling pretty isolated, but
Yeah, well,
that's how it goes. How are you doing?
I'm
How are you holding
good.
up?
Your family's good though. You guys are all isolated and healthy.
Yeah. My kids are driving my wife nuts, and they're right now. They're trying to do homeschool right now.
Right.
We'll see how it goes.
Oh boy. I'm lucky. I'm out in the woods, so that's really nice to be able to have some space and be outside and stuff. So, musicians, all of us are kind of in a really weird spot right now as we've suddenly become pretty much unemployed. And I just want to say for you, I'm sorry that you had to cancel your tour. You had a whole tour lined up, right? Tell us about that.
Man, we had 21 shows lined up. So everything's been sort of canceled or postponed.
Man.
And that's just through April. And then I had another 10, 12 shows in May that are probably all going to get canceled or postponed. And we've rescheduled the April tour, the Nice, Very Nice 10th anniversary tour for the fall.
I know you're a smart guy, so you'll come up with a way to get through this. I know you will.
Likewise, buddy. But in the meantime, I've been doing these online shows that I've been hassling you about and trying to get you to play.
Yeah, well, first of all, let me back up for a second. Tell us about about Side Door and then how it's adapted to meet this bizarre circumstance.
Well, certainly. So, I mean, as you know, Side Door is sort of like a marketplace platform. It's a community online. And the essential philosophy is that any space at all can be a venue. So, your living room, your bookstore, your warehouse, your juice factory, your office, your, coach house, anything. And so hosts sign up, you have a profile artist sign up, and then they kind of match. It's a little bit like a dating service, and you find each other. And the idea is that we're basically creating access for absolutely anybody at all to bring the arts to their community. So you don't even have to live right in the city center. You could live in the burbs or out in the country where you are. You can host concerts where you are, or not even concerts. It could be comedy or theater or improv or lectures. And basically just trying to democratize and put artists in the driver's seat, if you will, to be able to book their own tours using alternative venues, kind of non-conventional spaces as their venues.
It's amazing.
And so, of course, the whole principle of Side Door is about fostering community and connection through the shared experience of art. And with the inability to gather, we had to cancel, unilaterally all of the events coming up on Side Door for the next couple of months, which is, obviously a huge bummer. So we quickly sort of transitioned and adjusted the platform to handle online concerts. And so that's for the foreseeable now. We've been doing these concerts, and I have to say we did some sort of test runs. I think maybe you tuned in for one, but I've been doing some concerts over Zoom, ticketing them via Side Door, and then when you get your ticket link, you get your email, you get a link to a private stream link, and we've been running them through Zoom. And so essentially, we've had over 600 people on one Zoom meeting all together, and it's remarkable. I kind of underestimated how cool it would be. A fundamental difference too there's no shortage of streaming online. Every celebrity musician has sort of taken to their guitar or their piano in the last little while and is doing, Facebook sessions or Instagram sessions, and there's this sort of broadcasting thing, which is really cool. But I think what's different about these shows is that the audience can see each other, and they can see you, and you can see them, and you can see them seeing each other. So and rather than just feeling like you're broadcasting a concert to everybody and nobody, you are actually creating an impromptu community that lasts for an hour or whatever. And people are chatting on the chat function, and they're, I feel like I want to tell you this really incredible story that came of last Saturday's concert. I got a note from a woman who had just had 2 twins 2 weeks ago, and so she has infant twins, but there was some postpartum complications, so she has been in the hospital. Her husband's been at home with 2 infant babies, and under the pretense of isolation, they haven't been able to get the support through the house, of course, that they would normally have for that situation. And so it's an incredibly difficult time for them. And it's difficult for the husband and the babies to visit the mom in the hospital at a time like this too, as you can imagine. So they're separated at this really crucial, pivotal time. And she wrote me and said that she tuned in from the hospital, her husband tuned in from home, and they got to watch the show together and had this really special moment. And I fundamentally believe that the pedestaling or the star machine of music is the least interesting part of it, and the fact that it wasn't even about me. It was just the fact that I did a thing, and then that spurred them to tune in together at the same time and enjoy something. I just to create community and to create that feeling like we're not alone, and that we are together, as isolated as we all are, that there are ways that we can sort of fundamentally unite for even just...
Yeah, that's so fantastic, because not only did they get to watch you together, but they got to see each other watching
exactly.
You. They got to look at each other too, right?
And I think when you value,
it's brilliant.
They could have both tuned into Chris Martin on Instagram Live at the same time and gone, wasn't that cool? But this is different. You buy a ticket, you put it in your calendar, and I can tell, when I see people's faces on the Zoom gallery view, I can go through pages and pages and pages of them, and I can see people have set the laptop up on the coffee table, they got the kids and the dog on the couch. It's a full immersive sort of, I bought a ticket, I put it in my calendar, and now I'm tuning in for the whole thing. It's not just I'm on my phone and I'm going to watch for a couple minutes.
Well, You know what? You've sold me on it, Dan. I'll do one. I'll do one this Sunday.
You should do it this Sunday. Quarantunes, is that what we're hashtagging it again?
Live from lockdown.
Live from lockdown. I love it, man. And this is such a beautiful drive.
This Sunday.
Been having such a good time. Look at oh man. Did you see that?
Oh, I didn't tell you, Dan. The van's sitting still.
No, it's not, man. No, I did. I ate a truckload of mushrooms, so I am flying.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll add in some special effects here for you.
Yeah, let's get some psychedelia going.
Well, Dan, it's a pleasure to have you on the show, and it's cool because you're the first guy to do it from across the country via teleportation and spatial what's it called? A social distancing, and and thanks so much. Would you leave us with a song?
Of course, yeah. Okay.
There you have it, folks. Stay safe, stay home, wash your hands. And here's Dan Mangan.
Hey Danny, just one thing. Weren't you gonna have like a mohawk or something?
Yeah. Well, I had made a joke online about this would be a great time to give myself a mohawk, because when else could you try things like that? Right. And now everybody's like, Fred Penner, everybody's telling me, do it, mohawk.
I love that.
But I kind of...
Fred Penner tells you to do a mohawk. I think you have to do a mohawk.
Right? How dare you disobey that man? But every time I pick up the razors, I kind of chicken out. But you know, maybe I'll have a mohawk this Sunday at the
I guess
online
folks
show.
will have to buy a ticket to find out whether or not Danny Michel's gonna have a mohawk.
I'm not gonna have a mohawk. Maybe I'll do half. One side this week, one side next week.
Have you seen? Speaking of pandemic, have you seen The Last Man on Earth, the show with Will Forte?
It's my favorite show, and I just started it all over again to watch it during this time.
Oh my god, I was so devastated when they canceled it.
I know, right?
It's so good.
Oh my god, isn't it fantastic?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's incredible. It's just perfectly like human and funny and weird and sardonic and
I didn't like
sweet
it. It took me a while. At the beginning, I didn't like it, but then about 3 episodes in, I was like, "Oh, I get this. This is super weird and wonderfully weird." Like, oh, remember when he when he gets the fake eyebrows?
Oh man, no! It's just like it's so ridiculous, and it just keeps getting more and more ridiculous. But you just get more and more sucked into it. It's incredible.
Edward Fred Arneson is the serial killer.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man, there's so many good, and Jason Sudeikis is on there, and yeah, it's
yeah. I'm glad to know you like that show. That means I like you even more.
January Jones.
Oh, come on.
You said it, I'm losing touch, the opposite of every kid out on the run. I can't stand it, I don't wanna become kinda gotta catch a cold in the summer. Daily shaver, savor, collect the paper, wander the neighborhood. If this is real life, what was all that racket before? Careful what you sorta kinda ask for. You said it, I'm losing touch, the opposite of every kid out on the run. I can't stand it, I don't wanna become kinda gotta catch a cold in the summer. In the summer, in the summer, I ain't gonna catch a cold in the summer. If it's not one thing, it's another. But I ain't gonna catch a cold in the summertime. Sweet cold as saccharin, top up the margarine, universal ADD, helicopter parenting. I don't know where the gig is, I don't know if it's cool, but I still get lost in it, and I got more to lose. You said it, I'm losing touch, the opposite of every kid out on the run. I can't stand it, I don't wanna become kinda gotta catch a cold in the summer. In the summer, in the summer, I ain't gonna catch a cold in the summer. If it's not one thing, it's another. But I ain't gonna catch a cold in the life blues. I've never played music in a moving psychedelic van that's not moving, that is moving.
And space van.